everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to L&M Cakes and Cuisine. If you're new on this channel we teach how to bake cakes, we teach how to decorate, and we also share food recipes. Remember, at the start of this program I told you I was going to be guiding you through the process of baking and decoration. I know there are some people who have never baked a cake before. I baked my very first cake in the year 2012 when a friend visited me and we were discussing. She told me she had a very hectic weekend. She had prepared lots of food and she had baked a cake. I was so shocked. I was like, so somebody can actually bake a cake at home? She said, yes, why not? And then she gave me a recipe. I tried that recipe. It was a yogurt cake recipe. Shout out to you, Maseke Claudia. You were the very first person who taught me how to bake. So that was 2012. We are in 2021 and I know there are so many people who have not baked a cake before. So you don't have to worry, because I'm here today to guide you. I'm here today to share with you what I've been able to learn over the years. So today I'm going to teach you how to measure your flour, and I'm going to teach you how to sieve your flour the right way. Flour is one of the most important ingredients in pastry making and cake making because it helps to build the structure of the cake. Therefore, understanding how it functions would help you achieve a very successful baking. In front of us, we have the analog scale, we have the digital scale, and of course we have this, which is very common, measuring cups and measuring spoons. I know many of us just estimate. There's a time when we want to bake, we just take the flour, we just take the eggs, we take oil or butter or margarine, and then we just mix. At times, surprisingly, it comes out well, but some other times it's a disaster. But it's very important for you to know how to measure and you weigh your flour the right way. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you right now. Welcome back. We are beginning with our analog scale, and if you look at this gradation, you see that we are working in 40s. Here in cake baking and pastry, here in Cameroon, Africa, we mostly use grams. We have 0 grams, 200 grams, 400 grams, 600 grams, 800 grams, 1000 grams, which is 1 kilogram. For our gradation, this is going to be 40, meaning we have 0 grams, 40 grams, 80 grams, 120 grams, 160 grams, and then 200 grams. In order for us to measure our flour, you put your measuring pan and then you regulate this to 0. That is 0. So if, for example, we want to measure 200 grams of flour, this is what you do. And then that is 200 grams of flour. So if you do not regulate, for example, let's do this. If we have your pan here and you just put and you start regulating, you start adding your flour, it's going to be more. It's going to be more. So always ensure that when you put your pan on the scale, you regulate it to 0. Okay, so let's measure 240 grams. 240 grams. So here, that is 200, and remember that we are working with 40. So if this is 200 and then this is 40, so we'll simply add, and that gives us 240 grams. So if it's 250, you just want to add a little bit, 250. If it's 260, you add just like that. So that is it for our analog scale. Now we have the digital scale. The same thing applies. You first of all place your measuring pan and then you press the on button. This takes us to 0. And then to measure 200 grams, you just add. That's 221. So you reduce. And the digital scale is very good because it is very accurate. Very accurate. So you just reduce. 197, 198. Okay. 200 grams. And it also has other units. That's kilogram, ounces, and then we have our measuring cups. Now, many people tend to measure their flour by taking the cup and scooping inside. No, this is not the right way for you to measure your flour. So, what's the right way? You get a spoon, you carry, you add, you add, you add, and then you level this up, and then you pour. Never you carry your cup and dig into your flour. You're going to carry more flour than is needed. So guys, let me show you how to sieve flour the right way. So I want to teach you how to sieve flour the right way. Many people think that you sieve flour simply because you want to get rid of lumps or get rid of insects. No, there is more to that. And if you understand the science of baking, then you will know that it is very important for you to sieve your flour properly. By sieving your flour, we are incorporating some air, and that air is very necessary for the rise of our cakes, and it is very necessary for us to have a successful baking. So usually this is what happens whenever I tell people to sieve flour. This is what they do. No, this is not correct. When you do this, of course, at the end of it all, we're going to have maybe some lumps in here or some insects, but there is more to this. This is the right way for you to sieve your flour, because you want your flour to incorporate some air. And so you lift up your hand and you do like this. So this is how you have to sieve your flour, and you can repeat this process 3 to 4 times, and trust me, when you do so, the texture of your cake is going to be so wonderful, because it's going to incorporate a lot of air. So this is how you should be sieving your flour, like this. Lift up your hand to your breast or your chest level and you sieve like this. Okay, sieve your flour like this. Don't be lazy, guys, don't be lazy. Lift up your hand and sieve your flour and sieve your flour.